Good morning, everyone. Today we will proceed just our previous topic whose theory we have covered, but now I just want that we have to go through some mathematical part and then the code implementation. So basically we are doing k-means algorithm, that is a unsupervised, in which we are working on clustering. So how the algorithm work we already seen in previous session, but now we just see somehow the mathematical part. So let's suppose you have the data that is the observed data. You will see K means algorithm and the observed data is height and weight. So we are just want to go through it. So that's why that's just a normal data. After that data, the first step is to make clusters. So you have to tell your system how many clusters you want to form. So now I want to make two clusters. So you will see in front of me the two clusters are there, K1 and K2, and they are empty initial because we have didn't initialize anything. After that, second step is centroid selection. So in start, centroids are just a random values in your data that you can select any random value. But when we proceed further, so it is updated. But at start, we have to put the random values in centroids. So in K1, the centroid is just a first row that is 185 and 72, and the in second cluster K2, it is a second row. After assigning the centroids, we have to apply Euclidean distance, and those clusters that have less Euclidean distance, they are considered, that values are considered in that cluster. So you will see I just apply that formula, observed minus cluster y naught minus yc. So I have observed value that is 168. I want to work on my third row. So it is 168, and cluster is, you will see for K1 I have 185, that one. Same I will do for this one, 60 minus 72, and I take square of these things. After that we got an answer here. Same we will do for K2. Observed value minus the cluster one. So observed value is 168. It is same minus clustered value is 170. Same for y0 and yc. Observed value is a 60, and that one because we want to work for now in the third row. After that we have to just see the distance. So you will see the 4 is 0.4, it is less than 20.8. So now K2 is selected here. So K2 is winning here, it is selected, and you will see here we have a K2, and in K2 our that data point scores. But what are our data? The observed value 168 and 60, that is third row. So now in K2 that have already my second observed data, that is centroid data. You will see K2 has already centroid, that is 170 and 56. So second row is also included because of a centroid initialization, and third row is also included. So this is the first step. After doing all that steps, it just, you will see that when we have selected the cluster and we put the and observe value, so after that we have to update that selected cluster centroid. Now 170 and 56 must be updated. So for new centroid we just calculate the mean, that is 170. My old cluster plus 168 is observed value, 60 plus 56 the same thing we have applied here, and we just divided by the two the counts and we got these two values. So this is my updated centroid. Now the centroid is not the 170 and 56, it is updated. So it is now 169 and 58 because K1 is not selected as to be clustering that data point. So that's why the centroid is same for it. So just like that, the steps are repeated at several times and we got our cluster. So this is just a mathematical part. All these parts will be working in the code by the inbuilt methods. So these are the steps. First of all, you have observed data. You have to select the clusters, how many clusters you want to make. Then you just initialize your centroid, apply the Euclidean distance, and on the basis of it, you have to put your observed value in the cluster, and then you have to update that selected cluster. After that, we have just an example here that we just import the numpy. You already know about the numpy numerical calculation, pandas for data visualization, matplot is just for graphical point, and here k means basically. So k-means is a clustering class from scikit-learn. So we have imported, and it will help us to do all that thing, that select the centroids and all that thing. After that, for now, you will see my data is already clean. So I don't do anything just like centralization and all that concepts. It is clean, so I just put it in data frame, and you know the data frame in pandas is for to make it in the proper table. So after doing that thing, so I have just three, you will see here the features: age, blood group, and cholesterol. So after that, what we have to do, so on the basis of that data, I will just want to make my clusters. So this is my data feature selection, that we just, these columns define the distance between the patient. So I have just selected my three features as a column, that is I have three columns, and then k value selection. So here you will see k is equal to 3. So it means that thing that I have told you in mathematical part, that here k is 2, so that's why 2 cluster. But now k is 3 in my code, so it means I want to make 3 cluster. 3 cluster means 3 groups I want to make. So here 3 cluster will be initialized. You will see here we assume 3 medical risk group, that there are 3 groups. Alright. After that, we have to initialize our algorithm, our model, that is k means, and here the cluster is got initialized, that is k is equal to 3, and random state 42 in order to make every time the output same. Then we apply model fitting and prediction. So basically this function, that is fit, predict, and k means, it will initialize for us the centroids as well. So the centroids things, updations, all is doing by that code. You will see that fitting learns the centroid positions, prediction assign the cluster name to each patient. So it just create the initial centroid, group patient to nearest centroid, and then just update the centroid until the conversion and cluster labels are added to the data frames. This is done by just k means dot fit predict. After that, we have a output, that is a patient data with cluster labels and centroid extraction, that we are just here, each centroid represent the average patient of the cluster, because as I have told you, centroid is the mean of our observed value. So here cluster centers this one, what does it do? It just stores your centroid, just like we have calculated above the centroids, and we are updating it, so it is storing all that thing, and it is also printing the centroids. And then we just visualize our graph by using a scatter plot. So after that, if you will see at the end, so this is our data, that is our data in form of a data frame, proper rows and column, age, blood group, cholesterol, and you will see this is a cluster side by side, that how many clusters are we are making. After that, uh, there is a visualization of it, that is, first of all, the cluster. Cluster means each color represent a different cluster of a patient. So at each color different, so it means that that is a cluster basically. Yellow is one cluster, green is other, and the purple is other. So here we have to make the three clusters. So you will see you have three colors here. One yellow, the green one, and the purple one, I guess. So three clusters are made because k equal to 3. After that, you will see the points are colored according to their cluster assignment, centroids. The large value x bar are the centroid of each cluster. So this is the centroid of your first cluster. This is for the second cluster, and this is for the third clusters. So this is a centroid that indicate the centroid of it. After that, their position must match the average. Basically, centroids are the mean of your observed value. So x-axis have a age, y-axis have a cholesterol. This is exactly how we visualize in the code. So lower age and cholesterol patients from one cluster. So those patients that have lower age and cluster is also low, so they are considered in one cluster like low risk. All right. middle values from another cluster, so it is a middle risk. So we just separate the patients on the basis of features, the cholesterol level and all that thing, and we are just making three levels that most of the patients are at high risk, some are medium, and some are at the low risk. So the first cluster, basically you will see, it is for likely low risk. All right, this one, the yellow point. After that, there is this one. So it is a medium risk of our patients that we have just separated and making another cluster about the medium risk patients. And then the third one is very high risk. So we are just making three groups of a patients on the basis of their age, blood pressure, and cholesterol, that how much they are facing the risk of health in that thing. So this is all thing you will see. We have just created the clusters, centroids, and all that is done by code itself. So basically the main point is that here the fit, you will see this is basically it just initialize the centroids and all that thing, update it until the convergence and all that thing is, that line is very important. It is doing all that thing, and then we are storing all that clusters and we are printing it. So basically this is just a key means. I hope it will clear. Just try to revise it, all that concept. This is just a mathematical touch that is in K means, and now you will see all the things are done by our inbuilt libraries. So this is just for our convenience. And you will see Euclidean distance. It is also that formula is inbuilt there. That K means by default using the Euclidean distance formula, that is this one. So when we just import our k-means, this one, so it already knows that he have to apply that formula, that is Euclidean distance. And on basis of that formula, that distance, our observed values will be grouping in the making and inside the clusters basically. So this is all the code. I hope it will clear. Now we will proceed the next topic in the next session. Thank you.